Game 82, the season finale of the 2024-2025 Toronto Maple Leafs regular season. Tees off here tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time against the Detroit Red Wings. We'll dig into tonight's lineups, our best bet, some general thoughts about tonight's game, looking forward to the playoffs here, all of that and more, a presentation of Bet365. But before we get into the lineups, I just want to give a quick overview of my personal expectations, the way I'm approaching this game and viewing this game as a Leafs fan. Most of the time, I would say for pretty much every game that takes place, we want the Leafs to win. You want them to play the right way. You're looking for processes. You're looking for things to be heading in the right direction to show you that you can get ready for the playoffs. This game tonight, I don't know if I have ever cared less about the outcome of a Maple Leafs game in my life. I'm sure if you dug back to games where they were already eliminated, it was over, that was it for the season, there was probably times at that point that I cared less. This one is right there with it. The reason being is because this, for the first time in a long time, is just all the boxes are checked. You have, for the most part here, health. You're going to get some guys back. I have no doubt in my mind McCabe and OEL and Pacioretty are ready to go for game one. Your goaltenders are on a roll going into the playoffs. They're healthy. Your top six is kind of just forming itself into this solidified group that's on a roll. You look back to last year, William Nylander didn't score for the last 10 games. It's very different on this side where it's like you're going in on a positive. I think you won 8 of your last 9 here for the Leafs. Anthony Stolarz, 3 shutouts in his last 4 games, coming off back-to-back shutouts there against Montreal, and then the other night against the Buffalo Sabres. Everything is just positive. You check the boxes. Matthews, 400 career. Nylander hits 45. Marner gets to 100 points on the season. The only ones that are kind of left here is JT could possibly get to 40, but I don't think he cares about that at this point in his career. If it happens, nice. If it doesn't, who cares? All these things are just building up to the right way to end a season. You clinched the Atlantic Division. You're not worried about tonight's game. You took it into your own hands. You got the win. Not just a point, you got the win. You're not waiting on the Panthers. You're not waiting on the Lightning. You're not waiting on anybody else to figure out the rest of their season. You know because you did it. So this year, this game, Game 82, I want 2 things. 1, health, and 2, just be a bit competitive. That's it. If you lose, you lose. Just don't lose 7-0. That's going to be a crappy feeling before going into the playoffs. If you're going to lose, keep it tight. Make it look interesting. Maybe some of the big boys score still, and it feels like, hey, you kept getting points, and you're on the right foot going to playoffs. But if Matthews and Nylander and Marner and Tavares and Nyes play 17, 16 minutes tonight, 2 thumbs up. I don't care. Play the other guys. Spread the minutes. Balance the lineup. I'm good with that. Let's get to the lines here, presented by Daily Faceoff. Starting on the first line, we're going to have Matthew Nyes, Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner. We know that's going to be line 1 going into the playoffs. There's going to be no changes there. The only one that's kind of still shaking out and we're trying to figure out right now, Domi, Tavares, Nylander currently together right now. I would say the only way that this changes is if Pacioretty comes back and they decide to put him on that line. Otherwise, I don't think they put McMahon here. It feels like the coaching staff prefers McMahon on that third line role. Pontus has been a dog lately. This guy has been very hungry. He's playing real well. He's playing tough. He's playing heavier. He's playing a physical game. And he's also kind of just finding ways to contribute offensively more. His point production's not crazy, but you could see him making an impact in beyond the other team's blue line. So he's looked better. That third line's kind of just coming together right now. You can tell McMahon makes an impact when he plays in the bottom six. He can drive that third line a little bit more, get guys to come along with him, whether it's the physicality, if it's his speed, if it's his intensity. He finds ways to bring people into the fight, and he's able to do that more so on the third line than maybe in the second line. Max Domi has been a great complementary piece to JT and Nylander up on the second, kind of actually creating his own chances there against Buffalo, and then getting 2 assists in the game against Carolina. One a primary onto Nylander's stick, and another a primary onto Tavares' stick. So, if that is the way that it's going to go into the playoffs, I'm pretty happy with it, but the only real change I could see would be Pacioretty coming in and going on to the second, which I think just bumps Holmberg down and bumps Domi back to 3C. Now, for your fourth line, this is where if other things do shake out, where I could see possibly a change, and it would be in one spot. Lorentz is going to be locked for me. Lawton's going to be locked for me. It would be Calle Yarncroke that I could only see being the guy who gets bumped out, but it seems like Berube likes him. True Living likes him. So I don't even mind him being here. Like, there's years past where I've been looking at the lineup, especially the bottom six, and being, get that guy out. Don't play that guy minutes. If he's out there, you're screwed. I don't really feel like that anymore. Nick Robertson has stepped up. At some point here, he probably inevitably falls off. You scratch him for one game, he'll come back. He'll score 2-3 goals. You'll be on fire. It'll be all good. But if there's anybody who comes out, it's probably the right side, and it's probably Nick Robertson or Calle Yarncroke. Otherwise, everyone else seems pretty solidified here right now. I hope that here tonight it's the bottom six that sees more minutes. Maybe one of those guys finds a way to get more involved and step up into this one. Those are your forward lines for tonight's game against the Detroit Red Wings for Game 82 of the Toronto Maple Leafs regular season. Before we move forward, again, we are wearing the Now We Go shirt. Nick was wearing it on the pregame or on the morning show this morning. If you want to get involved in the action, guys, the playoffs are right around the corner, and the Leafs Nation is your ultimate destination for live updates, expert analysis, and everything you need to know about the action on and off the ice. Make sure to follow us on social media. Hit up TheLeafsNation.ca as well. Don't miss out on our exclusive, or LeafsNation.com. Don't miss out on our exclusive content on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And if you're ready to rep the team in style and wear these Now We Go shirts, check out our fresh new playoff merch at nationgear.ca. Now we go. Get in the mix. Get your Now We Go shirts. White, black, blue. Those are the 3 color options that we've got right now. You head on over there, grab your Now We Go merch to get ready for the 2025 playoff run. Let's head on back over to Daily Faceoff and see what we've got for defense tonight. And it's going to be the same as what we had against Buffalo and what we had against Carolina. So Simone Benoit, Chris Tanev, Morgan Riley, Philippe Myers, Dakota Mermis, Brandon Carlo, just kind of spreading guys out, balancing some pairs. Philippe Myers has looked good in his opportunity that he's got here with the team, starting back on Saturday against the Montreal Canadiens. Actually, I think it might have been before that even, when Jake McCabe came out of the lineup. You look at how this breaks out. McCabe will be back. OEL will be back. Dakota Mermis has been really good in the minutes that he's filled in here, but he's not going to be on the team or playing, at least in the playoffs. But it's nice to know you have options. Like going to Dakota Mermis, Philippe Myers, and Simone Benoit. This is how your defensive group would have shaken out in years past going into game 1. Not down the line of the series being like, oh, wow, game 7, we've got banged up bodies. What do we do? No, like this is how Kyle Dubas built defensive groups, except they would have been smaller and just not as good. And like to look at this group, Benoit, Tanev, Riley, Myers, Mermis, Carlo, even that I feel pretty okay with going into a game, especially against the Red Wings, or if they had to play in a playoff series, I think it would be all right. You're going to improve this. McCabe, OEL, they come back. Your pairings get stronger. Tanev, McCabe, shutdown pair. Morgan Riley's been a lot better since he's played with Brandon Carlo. OEL goes, and now your 5-6 is significantly better with OEL playing with Simone Benoit, Myers, Mermis. They're out of the lineup. Like, you have some depth here. You have options. You have balance. You have versatility in the lineup. Your defensive group is built out, probably the best we've seen in the Matthews era. Now, that is your defensive units for tonight. Power play, you get the same as always here. 5 forward unit on the first unit. McMahon, Domi, Holmberg, Riley, Robertson is your second unit, but we all know Nylander's been getting the 2-minute treatment in there. So usually just Holmberg is the guy who comes out, or Yarncroke was the place filler before, and then he comes out. William Nylander, I expect if any night, maybe it's tonight that he doesn't play the full 2. Maybe this is what we actually see, but yeah, Nylander playing the full 2 is kind of being how it's shaken out. Your goalie for tonight will be Joseph Woll. Anthony Stolarz played on Tuesday, projects to be the game 1 starter there now unless anything drastic happens between now and Sunday. I don't see why it wouldn't be him. Joseph Woll, very reliable backup if you want to call it that. Tandem, platoon, whatever. Joseph Woll will be going tonight against the Red Wings. Let's now get to our best bet for tonight's game. Breaking news coming in from Bet365. Where every nail-biting overtime win is a barn burner, every face-off, hat trick, power play, shot on goal, penalty shot, and every suspenseful minute in between is amazing. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365, an official partner of the NHL. Download the Bet365 app and use the code NATION, NATION, to get in on the game. Must be 19 or older, Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, visit connectsontario.ca. Okay, let's go to our best bet tonight. I took some swings on the last one. This one is a little bit, I guess, more realistic, if you want to call it that, or just like lower odds than a plus 8,000 on Max Domi to score 2+ goals. Tonight, we're just going to take a look at the shots on goal market. I feel like there was a number that popped up that I liked. It was one of the best in the market. So this is really not overthinking it. The only concern about losing this one is really just if they eliminate minutes or limit minutes, and they cut down the top 6, that would probably hurt us. But we're going to go to shots on goal, which is currently listed right at the top there, the player prop section on Bet365. In 3+ shots on goal, we go John Tavares, plus 120, 3+ shots on goal. $50 on this one. A half unit will profit you $60. $50 profits you $60 on this one. A return of 110, but a profit of 60 here tonight. Look, real simple. Best number in market. I've bet John Tavares plus 120, 150, 160, depending on the opponent at the over 2.5s before. I kind of took a look through and looked at who they lined up against. Anytime I have betted around this number, it's the Detroits, it's the Columbuses, it's the honestly, it's like the Montreal Canadiens. I've jumped in on Johnny T over 2.5 shots on goal. I've kind of tried to find spots like that. Utah Hockey Club. This one just feels like another one here tonight. I know that we may get a lazy effort. I know that we may get just kind of disinterested players and limited minutes. That all may happen. That's an inherent risk with betting anybody tonight. But the thing is, JT is 2 away from 40. At this point, if they tried to spot him 1 or 2, and maybe on the power play, they just force feed him and they don't really try to do too much. Other than that, I really wouldn't be surprised here tonight either. I feel like Johnny T plays well against the Red Wings additionally. So, you know what? It's a JT over 2.5 shots on goal type of night. I will say the other thing, there wasn't really any numbers that were jumping out to me, especially in that bottom 6 there. But if tonight's the kind of night that you're looking to have some fun or you want to find some goal scorers or anything like that, I would probably look specifically into the bottom 6 for anytime goal scorers, and I would try to find guys like Nick Robertson and Bobby McMahon and maybe potentially tonight's a night like Scott Lawton, where you try to get those guys and pick them off because they could just play more minutes. Power play 2 might play more time than power play 1. Like, you never know how Berube is going to try to balance out the lineup tonight. So that's the only other way that I would look or try to attack tonight's game. But that's all for me on today's pregame show. I will be live following tonight's game right here on this channel for the final Leafs Nation After Dark of the 2024-2025 regular season. If you enjoyed the content, drop a comment below. Let me know your thoughts, your predictions on tonight's game. Want to know how you feel about the pregame video, the breakdown, if you like the lines, if you don't like the lines, all of that. Look forward to hearing it. Look forward to seeing everyone tonight following the game. Until then, keep believing. For more content just like this, including game previews, post-game live shows, Leafs Morning Take, Monday through Friday with Nick Alberga and Jay Rosehill with special guests, as well as instant reaction videos. Make sure to be subscribed here to the Leafs Nation YouTube channel. Turn on notifications so you don't miss anything, and drop a like.